Daniel had the most infectious smile, and he loved making others laugh. This is how we will remember him and keep his memory alive. Throughout his life, he has assisted those who needed it the most and defended what he believed in. And for this, we are very proud of the person that he became. Following the inquest today, we are still yearning for answers. As a family, we cannot do this alone. We are grateful for the support we have received so far, and we are hopeful that the Ukraine authorities will progress the investigation into Daniel's death, and we hope one day we'll be able to say that we have justice for Daniel. Thank you.
What we're going to do now is the officers and Daniel's family will just move off to the side, and we'll come back and we'll take some questions.
Just live. Which one is it, John? Is it that one? Yeah, this started, 15, 16 months ago, and that's when Daniel Burke, an ex-paratrooper from Wythenshawe, he wanted to go to Ukraine to help fight Russia, and he ended up forming this group, this company called Dark Angels, and this was made of ex-personnel, military personnel, who he said had the skills and the expertise to really help people in Ukraine. This was humanitarian, it was about medical recovery, so the idea was that they would go in to the front line and help people who've been injured at the front line and get them to hospital, and that's what he wanted to do after he'd left the military, former paratrooper, as I say. He wanted to do something to help and give back, so he was out there doing that. His family were in touch with him regularly, and then in August things went quiet and no one could get hold of him. His dad in particular, Kevin, he couldn't get hold of him, and friends out in Ukraine also said they hadn't heard from him, so things became worrying. It's a difficult out there, there's a war, there's a conflict going on, but it span into about 5 or 6 weeks, and so they contacted the authorities out there, the police, and said please look into this, and so that led to them investigating Daniel's last movements. So they found he'd been at this training camp doing target practice away from the front line with a colleague, a friend who has been dubbed Jihadi Adam by his friends. He'd served in Syria as well, and so they'd been together doing this target practice, and Daniel wasn't seen again, and it was only a few weeks later that this missing persons investigation turned into a murder inquiry, because when they questioned Jihadi Adam, he said that he had been with Daniel and that there had been an accident. He said that there was an accidental discharge, and that's how Daniel died. But today this coroner said they don't believe that version of events. After forensic testing, post-mortem examinations, they say that Daniel was unlawfully killed, and that has been a distressing hour for his mum and brother to listen to. Sadly, his dad can't be here today, he's not very well, but after the search for answers, this has been something they've been fighting for his body to come back to the UK, and for Greater Manchester Police to be involved and do their own forensic tests, because you can imagine Ukraine has a different set of laws. It's also very difficult out there because there is so much going on with the conflict and the war that I think his family have really been pushing for more and more investigations and for answers to what happened, and it's still not clear what the motive was. Adam, when he was questioned, apparently said that it was accidental, as you say, and that he'd shot Daniel, and then Daniel was in such agony and such pain that he shot him again, almost to a mercy.